Pushes the football into Edmonton territory at the 2-yard line. And it's back in the hands of the speedy Mo Price. Dragged down by Foster. Mo Price was the featured player last year in Labor Day when he had 5 catches, 165 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Chris Jones starting to switch things up a little bit. He wants to come with a little more pressure. And you get the linebacker up there, including Rennie Curran. And what does Bo Levi Mitchell do to counter that? Goes to a quick game, gets it out to Maurice Price. You got to give Maurice Price some room if you're playing him one-on-one. And if you blitz like that defensively, the secondary is in one-on-ones. I'm still looking for that double move from 17. A little curl and go, out and up, something like that. Last year on Labor Day, a career high.
And the short yardage group pushes ahead through Tate. First down.
As Calgary and their fans were so excited about the return of Maurice Price to the lineup. Remember this time last year? Mo Price got it done. Yards after catch in a big, big way here.
So with Price and Bo Levi Mitchell, Calgary's got another promising drive going. First down, Edmonton 41. Little shovel inside and read well by Dexter McCoyle, who takes down Nick Lewis. Short gain. Maybe 1 for Nick Lewis.
I talked to Odell Willis about Nick Lewis, and Nick Lewis may be the best receiver in the game's history at the crack block on a defensive end. That means he lines up outside him and he kind of waggles down and then hits him in the ear hole as he tries to make his pass rush. Willis said, I know when Lewis is out to the wide side of the field, something's up, so I'm always looking for him.
Got Eddie Elder last week. Lewis 42 yards away from 11,000. And Bo Levi Mitchell looking for Price again. Incomplete. Looked like he was going to make a circus catch. Check that, it was Charbonneau Campo, the intended target. And a couple of Eskimos collided there on the play, but helped break it up.
Tried to throw this short corner here, and he had a little pressure, so I'm not sure he got on the ball what he wanted to. Wanted to throw that more to the sideline. Charbonneau Campo just can't hang on.
Eric
basically,
Samuels,
basically double covered there, and Samuels was going to rip it out as he's going down.
So third down, and Rennie Paredes comes in. He'll attempt one from inside the 45-yard line. Hard to believe he has not made a field goal beyond the 40 this year. 1 for 3 last week, usually automatic. And he is here. Yep. Wind at his back. Paredes is back. It's an 8-point Calgary lead as Edmonton gets set for their opening possession, second half, led by the top receiver in the Canadian Football League, number 4, Darius Bowman.
This is Darius Bowman from the Edmonton Eskimos.
Riley gonna keep it and throw it into the corner. Touchdown! Third touchdown of the night for Darius Bowman.
You're watching the Labor Day Classic on TSN.
He's been their top weapon. 5 catches, 66 yards, 115 net yards for the Eskimos. Kendall Lawrence will head off the right side for 5 up to the 40. Jawan Simpson, who's used to these rivalry games, coming out of Alabama, the Iron Bowl, makes the tackle.
Defensive captain for the Crimson Tide when he was back at Alabama. That tells you something about what kind of football player he is.
Second and 5, Edmonton. Nichols drops back, it opens up, he takes off, and is cut down by Lemon. Sean Lemon with the tackle, short of the first down.
Matt Nichols can move around. He's got mobility, and he can extend plays by moving around in the pocket a little bit, but more of a true pocket passer than Mike Riley. You can bet, had Calgary been preparing for Riley, they would have been prepared for that kind of play a lot more often. Riley, of course, the leading rusher in the league for quarterbacks.
And 10th in the league overall. Nichols comes up a couple of yards short, and they're not in a gambling mood yet unless they've got something on out of punt formation. Third 2 and out of the game if Granshaw kicks it away. To the wind, a good boot, and here's Sanders from his 21. And return to the 35-yard line. Dion Lacey, one of the leading special team tacklers, makes the stop.
It's time to bring it out in the open. It's time to drop your pants for underwearness. A cause to support the over 65 million people who may need Depend underwear. Show them they're not alone and show off a pair of Depend, because wearing a different kind of underwear is no big deal. Join us. Support the cause and get a free sample of Depend at underwearness.com.
Sun Life Financial is a proud sponsor of the CFL and is committed to the prevention of diabetes and its related complications. Tweet or retweet hashtag SunLifeKickDiab, and Sun Life will donate $1 to JDRF for preventative research.
Cass? You seen this girl?
Thinks he's going to find her on his own.
The people who took my daughter, I found them. I miss my daughter so much.
Get captive in Peter's Friday.
You're not the type to exfoliate, or vacuum, or dust. But under your hood, you could eat dinner off the valve cover. Gunk cleaners and degreasers. It's a great time to be a guy.
Sometimes a foot-long sub is too much, but a 6-inch isn't enough. Enter the 9-inch sub, only at Quiznos. For the month of September, get any 9-inch sub for just $5 when you buy a drink. Quiznos.
Our sack tally is brought to you by Purelator, tackling hunger across Canada. Check, and the Stampeders have 3 capped with the Eskimos, who have 1 so far in this game.
Yeah, our 2 players to watch on the D-line for Calgary, Charleston Hughes and Sean Lemon, both have a sack. Now, Hughes last year on Labor Day had 3, so he's a little bit behind his pace. They're tied, the 2 bookends right now for the Stamps.
Stampeders had 7 in the game last year. They've had 6 against Edmonton so far this season. Screen to Cornish, and cut from the backside. Closed down is Almondo Sewell. Another big play for the number 31 player in the TSN Top 50 poll.
Last 3 games between Sewell and Steele, we're talking almost 20 tackles. And this is not a tackle that you expect to be made by the defensive tackle, the interior guy, where he's going to get up the field, chase the quarterback, play against the double team, and then catch John Cornish from behind. Or you
limits it to 2, 2nd and 8. Mitchell throws. Nick Lewis can't make the catch. Tight coverage from Marcel Young.
Marcel Young read the eyes here. This is what he does. He doesn't look back to the ball, but he comes and watching this little out route that Nick Lewis has made a living off of right here. He's going to break on him, get to the player first, read his eyes, and then shoot the arm. Shoots the arm in there, it hits his elbow, incompletion. That you can't play it any better than Young played it on that one.
5 2 and outs. Rob Maver boots it away. Bouncing around the 30-yard line. And Guyton gets the 5-yard, no yards. Keenan McDougall, one of the Stampeders in that 5-yard restraining area. Midway through this 3rd quarter, 8-point Calgary lead. Edmonton with the football, and there's the no yards call.
No yards. Calgary, a 5-yard penalty, that's declined. The gain is greater. First down, Edmonton.
There's Mike Riley. Just an onlooker today. Jermaine Franklin with more on the usual Eskimo starter when we come back.
Hey, stay in it, stay in it, stay in it.
Mike Riley on the sidelines with more on him. Let's rejoin Jermaine Franklin.
Chris, just because Mike Riley isn't playing today doesn't mean that he doesn't have a lot of work to do. Riley told me that his job is to support Matt Nichols, and the way he does that is to be an extra set of eyes. Riley told me that you can't see everything when you're out playing on the field, so his job is to tell Nichols what he sees. But it's a fine line. He says he can't tell Nichols what to do because on this day, this is his offense to run and his team to lead.
Nichols trying to kickstart this offense. Hands it off. Kendall Lawrence to the edge, and he'll get dragged down again by Sean Lemon, who's been active, but Kendall Lawrence has 6. And 52 yards on the ground for for Lawrence so far today.
Get a chance to get into these kind of situations. Help Matt Nichols as well. Get into second and medium. Now if he needs to dump the ball off, swing it out to a running back, and you still pick up the first down and keep the chains moving.
8-year vet Calvin McCarty into the offense. Handoff straight ahead. There's a first down up to the 50.
Just keeps you off balance defensively, because on 2nd and 5, those defensive ends like Sean Lemon and Charleston Hughes have to play true. They can't just pin their ears back, get up the field, and try and get after Matt Nichols. So that's the key to Edmonton sort of settling in here and putting together some long drives, get good production on first down.
John White was the running back for Edmonton in the first game. He was held to 41 yards by Calgary. Here's Lawrence, and there's Sean Lemon. Former Eskimo said he wanted to be a headache against his old team that let him go. He's becoming a migraine here.
He just beats block. Darius Bowman is trying to come up the field, and this is the idea here. Darius Bowman wants to come down and try and crack on him. He's outside that right side of your screen right now, but he'll come in and he wants to get there. Watch Lemon just go right by him.
6 sacks for the Eskimos in 2012, and then cast away. 2nd and long. Here comes the pressure. Nichols gets outside, throws, and Guyton can't reach it. Incomplete. As Lemon gets in the ear of the Edmonton quarterback.
Well, that time Matt Nichols just took enough. The timing was excellent to get outside of Sean Lemon on that last play, but he just can't make the completion work. But this is the pass rush from up top, and Lemon's coming hard, but the timing of it is right when Lemon goes into his rip move. That's when Matt Nichols bounced it. He gets outside containment, just can't hook up with his receiver downfield.
Brad Shaw, line drive boot, good one. Sanders back at his 12-yard. That's a 53-yard punt, and good cover by the Eskimos. John Cornish over 100 yards rushing in his 3rd start of 2014, going back on offense here with just over 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter of the Labor Day Classic in Calgary. Well, this game with a long history of hostilities. Anthony McClanahan showing off the first time they wore the black uniforms. Leroy Blue punishing Jeff Garcia. Just a little taste of Labor Day's all about, including those kind of shots.
Oh yeah, playing to the echo of the whistle. Driving quarterbacks into the water buckets. Now, we're not condoning that they start dropping the gloves and going at it like Ed Hervey did.
GMs throwing helmets.
Yeah, refs getting hurt and everything else. That's been the Battle of Alberta. And, you know, right now, it's kind of cordial. I mean, they're hitting hard, but it feels kind of like a regular game. I mean, maybe it's just sort of building to the 4th quarter, but it's usually been an all-out brawl between these two teams.
Deep start, handoff Cornish following the blocking. And plowing up to the 23, 6 more for John Cornish.
Well, he's got a ways to go to get to the top 10 in rushing in the league, but John Cornish continues to climb to over 100 yards here already this afternoon.
John Hefnagel talked about the progress he saw last week as the game went on, became more patient.
Just past Mike Clemens. Pinball.
And just ran for another first down.
Asked Rennie Kern, what is it about John Cornish? And I already mentioned, he talked about how he visualized meeting him in the hole. And Kern, basically Kern said to me, he gets his pad level down. He's so strong, the lower body, you have to completely commit yourself, sacrifice your body, get it in front of him. If you try to arm tackle John Cornish, forget about it.
Most yards against the Eskimo defense on the ground this year. Sanders this time, short gain. They had given up 115. That was the most, and that was against Calgary in the first meeting. Cornish up around that area right now on his own.
Yeah, and that's you could say that about a lot of running backs, that you can't arm tackle a good running back, but Rennie Kern was telling me that Cornish has that low acceleration, strong leg strength, but he gets his pad level down. So you got to throw yourself right in there and get in his way. And then he said even when you tackle him, he falls forward for 2 yards.
Matt Walter checks in now. Mitchell has some time. Walter releases. He's got it. Another first down, Calgary. As the first man to replace John Cornish when he got hurt, Matt Walter makes the catch. Didn't last long in his first start against Edmonton. Suffered a concussion after his first run.
This guy is becoming to me one of the great stories in the CFL, and it's great for young kids watching too, that just work hard. Doesn't matter where you get drafted, just keep playing. He has earned the respect of his teammates in a big way. This is a guy that was drafted in the 5th round, 34th overall back in 2011, worked his way into the lineup, played on the teams, and he's now the go-to guy if Cornish goes down.
8th different receiver in the game. Cornish tripped up that time behind the line of scrimmage. Both of Foster off the edge.
Yeah, this is Chris Jones saying if they're going to run the ball, then we've got to run blitz. Run blitz basically means take your linebackers up in there now, and take your linebackers up in there and just blitz them. Blitz them to stop the run and get him in the backfield, because once Cornish gets going, like Curran told me, he's hard to stop. He'll fall forward 2-3 yards. So run blitz the way to stop him.
Eskimos looking for a stop here, 2nd and 12. And the pass for Maurice Price is incomplete on the slant. And the Calgary offense has to leave the field.
Now, Dexter McCoyle, who had 2 picks, two touchdowns in different ways, he kind of frees up here and is looking at it, almost had a shot at this. Basically robbing the curl. He's robbing that intermediate middle of the field, and he just catches the read just a little bit late. But he's a ball hawk.
A.J. Guyton flags that down at the 10, sidestepped the first tackler and steps out of bounds. That's a 50-yard punt. And again, Matt Nichols will start inside his own 20, which has been a familiar refrain in this game. Has to work against the wind in the late stages of this 3rd quarter. And again, the Eskimos will get the wind in the 4th, currently trailing by 8. Hasn't been able to crack the code of Rich Stugler's defense yet today. They'll start double tight end formation. Doesn't like his first read or the second, but he's got Bowman open. And that Darius Bowman up at the 50-yard line. Almost reaches midfield, dragged down by Josh Bell, the safety.
Yeah, Bowman was waving frantically as Matt Nichols was scrambling around. And watching Darius Bowman kind of work his way quietly down the sideline. He almost kind of sneaks up on Lynn J. Shell, just kind of turns up, sees his quarterback scramble. If you're a short or intermediate route, you go deep. He had to wait on it because Nichols was rolling to his left and had to crank his body around just to get it out there. But look how wide open number 4 was.
37-yard play. Bowman over 100.